Selina doesn't really want Batman's help. Batman kind of needs Selina's help. And I think, to be honest, at first, I really think she wishes he would go away. I think she's, I really do. I think she's so focused on trying to find her friend, and you know, they end up really finding this kindred, you know, they have these kindred spirits, but I think at first she's like, who is this guy and why won't he go away?
Yeah, right.
It's true. It's true. I think she's really like
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes. No, it's true. And then I think she's like desperately in love with him.
Yeah.
But I do think at first she really doesn't want his help. And that's actually, I think, what's interesting about the dynamic is that they need something from each other. They don't actually really want to be around each other. We trained for months together. That first fight at Mayor's Mansion took us quite a while.
I think the training as well. The more familiar you are with the fighting, you can kind of relax into it, and then you can kind of add that playful element. I think if we hadn't had enough rehearsal, and you're just really just trying to muscle your way through those fight scenes, I think it would look a lot more like stiff, but also kind of strange. If you're really, like, when you're kind of unrehearsed a little bit, you look like you're just really trying to hurt each other.
Yeah.
And we look kind of like...
It's like a dance.
Yeah.
Which is like the relationship, I think, between the characters. Right?
And they're very much in control of their abilities as well, so it's kind of, it's not, you know, they're kind of, it's not like I'm hitting you with a baseball bat.
No, it's not. But I do think that, you know, it was a really fun thing to kind of have to express their dynamic without words, you know, and there's this moment, it's totally, I think, sums up their relationship when the security guard comes in and you have to, you know, I have to be quiet, and it is this thing where you have your hand around my mouth, and I think my first instinct is get this person away from me, and then after a few seconds she's like, kind of like it here, kind of like this. So it's a really,
Also,
it's a
like,
really complex dynamic.
I had to do that quite a lot, and you're incredibly strong. Like, it's actually one of the most difficult things. All the fighters
holding me
just
down.
Holding you still.
He's like, Zoe, it's called acting.
Nice.
Give me that. The Batmobile is so cool.
Yeah. Also, I test drove it without knowing. I was supposed to be just going for a stunt driving lesson. When this truck, we're like in the middle of nowhere on this, on a test driving, on like an airfield or something in the middle of nowhere, like in outskirts of London somewhere. There's no one around, and then this truck turns up, and it's kind of, I mean, it really felt like a military operation.
Yeah.
No one told me the Batmobile was turning up, and they just like pour it out, and it's at this,
Oh my
it was
God,
at
so cool.
dusk. It was so cool. We had to do it at night because no one could take photos of it. And then do you want to drive it around? And like, I think they thought I could just drive it for like 10 meters.
Yeah.
And I just immediately drove straight off it, flooring it, trying to skid in it.
Oh my God, the panic they must have had.
It's so loud as well. I mean,
it is so loud, yeah.
It was very, very fun. Batman's relationship with Jim Gordon in this one, he's a kind of, I wouldn't even say up-and-coming detective. He's just a detective in the police department who is the only person who, you know, he just doesn't have any allies whatsoever, and he doesn't know who to trust. And he's kind of out of desperation having to just, like, this kind of freak in a bat suit is the only person he's got even the remotest amount of trust for. And they have a little bit of history, but not a lot. Gordon has absolutely no idea who Batman is. And it's kind of this slightly uneasy relationship where just Gordon doesn't really have a choice. And also Batman and Bruce doesn't have an enormous amount of trust in the cops either. I mean, it's a slightly tenuous relationship, but it kind of builds a lot, and they bond a lot, and the relationship develops a lot over this movie.
I'm so excited for people to see this film. I think, you know, being a part of something that is so anticipated and so beloved by so many people, it's, you know, it was such a joy to make the film. But, you know, I think the real joy is going to come with sharing it with the fans who love it so much. And, you know, Matt Reeves just did an incredible job, and he is the ultimate Batman fan. I mean, he really cares so much. So to have a film that's, you know, made by Batman fans for Batman fans, it's, you know, this is what it's for, this moment right here.
Matt Reeves has been on it for 5 years, we've been on it for 3 years, and all the kind of work put into it, and then finally seeing the final product, it's such a relief, and it's so kind of exciting to put it out. I mean, and yeah, I just can't wait for people to see it. It's gonna be fun.